For this video, I'll be discussing the different calculator techniques for the course Advanced Engineering Mathematics. So for this course, there will be different parts, and each part will tackle the different topics under Advanced Engineering Math, such as complex numbers, um, matrices, Laplace transforms, the different series, uh, such as Fourier series, Fourier transform, and even Z transform. So let's start with um, the calculator techniques for complex numbers. So under this discussion, magbibigay ako ng different examples and different scenarios in which we're trying to get the equivalent or different form of a complex numbers um, na hindi pwedeng i-directly solve ng calculator. So may additional steps tayong ginagawa para ma-evaluate siya ng calculator natin. So for example number one, just a brief introduction about complex numbers. Basically, a complex number is a number that can be expressed in the form of a plus bi, where a is the real number, b is the coefficient of the imaginary number. So a and b are both real number, and I is the imaginary unit, which is equal to the square root of -1. So if you try to square I, that will be equal to -1. Then if you get the cube of I, you will get negative I. And then the fourth root of I, or the I raised to 4, is just equal to 1. So we'll be utilizing the mode 2 or the complex mode of our scientific calculator uh, to get the answer for the different examples na ibibigay ko. So let's start with example 1. Okay, so determine x and y so that x minus 2 plus 4yi is equal to 12i. So in this example, meron tayong dalawang unknown variable which is x and y. So, pwede mo siyang i-manually solve. If isa-solve natin to manually, pwede nating i-equate yung real part dun sa left-hand side na equation and real part dito sa right-hand side na equation. So, we can say that x minus 2, ito yung real part component dito sa left side, and then equal siya sa 3. Since sa right side na equation, we have the number 3 or 3 as the real part. So we can say that x is just equal to positive 5. So same way or same process for the imaginary part. So for the imaginary part, may coefficient siya dito na 4y. And then dito is 12. So we can say that y is just equal to 3. So based from that, pwede natin makuha yung sagot, which is letter D. Or we use our calculator. Okay, so we use our calculator and then punta tayo sa mode 2. So i-type natin tong equation x minus 2 plus 4yi. So x minus 2 plus 4y, then I. And then press calc. Okay, so balik ko lang yung choices. So press calc. So tatanungin kayo ng value for x and y. So for x, iisa-isahin natin yung choices. So let's start with 2 and 5. So meaning here, x is 2, then y is 5. So dapat yung makukuha nating sagot, pag pinalitan natin yung x and y ng 2 and 5, equal dapat dito sa 3 plus 12i if yun yung tamang sagot. Pero alam natin ang tamang sagot is letter D, 5, 3. So try lang natin yung letter A, then proceed tayo sa letter D. So if x is 2, and then y is 5, we'll get 20i, which is not equal dun sa 3 plus 12i. So proceed tayo dun sa letter D, which is the correct answer. Calc when x is 5, and then y is 3. So we'll get 3 plus 12i, which is exactly equal dun sa 3 plus 12i na nasa right side ng equation. So our answer here will be letter D. So kahit ano yung form ng equation or ng given, no, pwede natin gamitin yung concept na yun to get the values for the unknown variables sa given equation. So pwede natin gawin is ilipat natin lahat ng may mga lahat ng may unknown variables such as x, y sa isang side ng equation, katulad dito, lahat kasi ng unknown variable mo, yung x and y, nandito na sa left side na equation. And then, i-type mo yun sa CalQ, press Calc, mag-assign ka ng values for the unknown variables using the choices. And kung ano yung mag-i-equal dun sa nasa right side, that will be your answer. Ay, proceed tayo sa next example. Okay. So number 2, evaluate I raised to 224. So pag i-evaluate natin to directly using our calculator, hindi agad natin makukuha yung sagot. Basically, lalabas sa calcumat error. Kasi sobrang taas ng exponent, hindi niya kayang isolve yan. I think most of the calculators, ang kaya lang isolve is up to I raised to 3. So, so meaning, hindi kayang isolve ni CalQ yung I raised to 224 kasi sobrang taas na ng exponent. And sabi ko nga, usually yung mga calculator natin, kaya niya lang isolve up to cube of the imaginary number. So, ang gagawin natin, we're going to use the laws of exponent para isolve yung ganitong type ng problem. So, alam natin if meron tayong I or any variable, for example, I raised to xy, pwede natin to express as I raised to x raised to y. So, meaning, if I raised to 224, pwede natin siyang express as I raised to 2 is also equal to, I squared, uh, parenthesis, raised to 112 is also equal to I raised to 224. Kasi pag minultiply natin 2, itong 2 dito sa loob ng parenthesis, which is exponent na I, dun sa nasa labas niya ng exponent, will arrive with the same value for the exponent, which is 224. So, pwede natin na itong i-type sa CalQ kasi kaya na niya yung i-solve. No? Kasi yung I squared is just equal to -1. So, if we're going to use our calculator to solve this, so I raised to 2, lagyan natin parenthesis. So, I squared raised to 112 will get an answer of 1. So, for this particular problem, our answer is 1. So, ang ginawa natin, yung I raised to 224, kinonvert natin sa I squared raised to 112. And then, ito yung itatype natin sa CalQ. Okay, next. Okay, so almost same concept yung gagamitin natin dito. So we have I raised to 1,999 plus I raised to 1,997. The only difference is hindi to divisible by 2. No? So if di-divide natin yung 1,999 ng 2, gamitin natin yung calculate. So the answer here is 999.5. So ang pwede natin gawin is I squared pa rin and then 999. So this will be equal to total of 1,998. So kulang ka pa ng isang I. So i-multiply mo na lang siya ng isang I. So itong buong equation na to will be equivalent dito. So and then i-add yung remaining I raised to 1,997. So same concept. We'll get I squared raised to 998 multiply by I. Kasi hindi pa rin siya, yung 1,997 mo is still not divisible by 2. So may sobra kang isa. So kaya meron ka additional I dito. So if we are going to combine yung mga terms na may, yung terms na I dito or yung imaginary number, mag-aaral ka pa rin doon sa same sa given. So ito pwede natin to i-type sa CalQ na hindi magmamat error. So I squared raised to 999 multiplied by I plus I squared raised to 998 multiplied by I. Then we'll get 0, which is that is your correct answer. Okay? So the correct answer here is letter C. Okay, another example. So evaluate 4 plus 3i multiplied by the conjugate of negative 5 minus 2i. So itong overbar dito, this one, it means conjugate. Right? So every time na makikita yun, it just means na conjugate. So sa conjugate, ang ginagawa natin, we inverse the sign of the imaginary number. So ibig sabihin, yung negative 5 minus 2i is just equal to negative 5 plus 2i or 2j. So yun lang yun. Pero sa CalQ, pwede natin siya i-solve directly. So gagamitin lang natin yung conjugate function sa ano. So type natin siya 4 plus 3i multiply by the conjugate, which is ito, number 2, of negative 5 minus 2i. Okay, so we'll get negative 26 minus 7i. So that will be your answer, which is letter C. Okay? So again, ang ginawa lang natin, type the given, pero i-conjugate mo yung may overbar. So we'll get negative 26 minus 7i. Letter C. Okay. So another example. So find the value of 1 minus I raised to 10, where I is an imaginary number. So pwede rin natin gamitin dito yung concept kanina. Since naka-risk ka sa 10, which is greater than 3. So pwede nating i-gamitin ulit ito ng laws of exponent. So yung 1 minus I raised to 10, pwede natin siyang i-convert into 1 minus I cube, 1 minus I cube, 1 minus I cube. And then, so total mo na dito is 9, then 1 minus I. Okay, so yun yung itatype natin sa Calc to solve this. Okay, so 1 minus I raised to 3. 1 minus I raised to 3. And 1 minus I raised to 3. Then last is 1 minus I. Okay, press equal, you'll get negative 32i. So that will be your answer for number 5. Okay? Okay, so number 6, determine the modulus of negative 1 plus I multiplied by square root of 3. So if pinapahanap yung modulus, so basically ang kailangan mo lang makuha is magnitude nung given complex number. Okay, so modulus is just the magnitude of the complex number. Or we can use our calculator. If alam mo yung formula to get the magnitude, pwede mong gamitin yan, which is square root ng real part plus square root ng squared ng imaginary part. So square root ng negative 1 squared plus square root of 3 squared. No? So we'll get 2. Or pwede mo yung i-convert mo na lang yung given complex number na naka-rectangular form into its polar form. So yung magnitude niya will be yung given number doon aside from the angle. So ang given sa atin is negative 1 plus square root of 3 i. So if i-convert natin ito sa polar form, makikita na natin yung modulus and yung argument. Sorry, mali na pindot ko. Okay, so ito yung given. So shift, complex. Oops, ano nangyari? Okay, ito. Yan. So we'll get 2 at an angle of 2 pi over 3. Right? So, yung 2 dito, that is your modulus, and yung angle mo is in radian is 2, 2 pi over 3. Or pwede rin natin tawagin as your argument. So, ibig sabihin dito sa number 6, your answer will be letter B, 2. Okay, so ang ginawa lang natin, kinonvert natin yung rectangular form na complex number or complex number into its equivalent polar form. So, yung form na A plus BI or BJ, kinonvert natin to sa R angle theta. So, this is your modulus. This is your argument. Okay? Or pwede mo rin gamitin, R is just a square root of A squared plus B squared. That's your magnitude. Okay, so I think may another technique. Pwede natin gamitin ata dito yung abs. So type mo yung -1 plus square root of 3. Yeah. So pwede rin gamitin yung ito na shift itong HYP or yung absolute value, then type the given complex number. Yan. Makukuha natin yung sagot 2. So that's your modulus for magnitude. Okay, next. Convert to imaginary number I to exponential form. So given tayo ng imaginary number I. So convert daw natin siya sa exponential form. So pag ganito, ang unang gagawin mo is yung given imaginary number or given complex number, convert mo lang to polar form. So convert it to polar form, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. So if i-convert natin yung imaginary number na to into polar form, which is number 3, we'll get this answer, 1 angle pi over 2. Okay? So 1 at angle of pi over 2. So dito, if i-convert mo to sa exponential form, so basically, pag sinabi natin exponential form, yung format niya, oops, wala, is r multiplied by the exponential term raised to j theta. So ito lang yun. So this is the exponential format. So kailangan mo nung modulus, kailangan mo nung angle or yung argument. So in this case, our modulus is 1. So kahit hindi mo na siya isulat. And then E. So ang angle is pi over 2. So J pi over 2. Which is a choices. Oops, sorry. So that will be letter B. Okay, so yun lang yun. Next, I think this is the last example for complex number. So determine the logarithm of the complex number 1 plus I. So same process. Ang kailangan lang nating makuha yung equivalent polar form nito. And then kunin natin yung logarithm niya. So basically, pag kinukuha natin yung naka-rectangular form, then pinapakuha sa atin yung logarithm, so that's just equal to the ln of the magnitude plus, sorry, tanggal to, plus the imaginary number, and then multiply by the angle or the argument. So, convert lang natin to sa polar form. So, we have 1 plus j, convert it to polar. So, we'll get square root of 2, angle pi over 4. So, ang equivalent niya is, in polar form is square root of 2 angle pi over 4. So, using this format, we can say that ln square root of 2 plus j pi over 4 is the logarithm of this number, which is, pag kinalculate natin yung ln square root of 2, so that is just equal to positive 0.35. So 0.35 plus j pi over 4. This is D. Okay? So, yeah. That's all for complex numbers. And if may request kayo na certain topic or certain or may gusto kayong alamin na sagot for particular questions related dito sa mga calculator techniques involving complex numbers, comment lang kayo. Thank you.